What's up, everybody? You're listening to Two Pete's in a Podcast, episode 131. I'm one of your hosts, Gary Peterson, joined as always by my brother,
Brian Peterson.
and
Josh and
Ryan.
that's right, we have a
who?
guest.
What?
We have
Who
a
just
guest
did you guys leave
host.
the door open? What?
It's
Not that
Ryan,
many.
not Brian. So
Yeah,
just
not
so
to be
that's
confused.
clear. That's right. We're trying not to double up on Brian's.
You can just call me Jimmy James for the rest of the episode.
That's right.
I'll have to edit
So-
all the other episodes and just put in Jimmy James
Man.
instead of Brian. It's gonna take a lot of work.
That's right. So yes, we have. I believe we talked about Ryan guesting on here. I think it was last week, was it not?
Yeah.
It was, right?
The
Yeah.
episode's not
And,
out, but yes.
Yeah, but yeah, you'll hear about that and before you hear this actual interview. But anyway, or conversation. But anyway, so yeah. So Ryan, you want to introduce yourself and talk about what you do and some of the things you like and all that sort of jazz?
Yeah. So my name is Ryan, or Monkey. Some people, usually if I play games online, people call me Monkey. Also, Inward Games is my YouTube channel, and I try to talk about. I don't know if you guys know the YouTube channel, the Nerd Raider.
I don't think
I have not heard of it.
Well, he like breaks down films and stuff like scene by scene, and it's not so much like reviewing games or it's kind of like taking a scene and trying to break it down into like
okay.
what makes it work, you know.
Right.
So with Inward Games, I kind of tried to take a similar angle where like I'll try to take a game and like break down an aspect of it that I like or
Right.
that I find interesting.
Nice.
So it's I'm not nearly as good as the Nerd Writer, but he was kind of the inspiration for it. But yeah, anyway, so Inward Games, I try to do that. Or I also look at like indie games coming out that I think look cool and that like don't necessarily have people looking at them.
right.
Right.
So I'll try to do that, and maybe I'll get 10 more eyes on them, or 100 eyes on them,
Right.
and help them out any way that I can.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, also just play PS5, Switch, Oculus. Try to play as much as I can.
Don't play the Switch.
like-
You don't play the Switch. Let's be real.
Yeah,
We're
come
gonna get
on.
into it. Apparently, more people play the Switch than we thought, but that'll be a thing. later.
I was not really like I always like respected Nintendo's like past, but
Oh yeah,
like,
you
I
do.
didn't care about the Wii or the Wii U, especially the Wii U.
Yeah, even that's the one system that even Nintendo fans didn't care about.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, which is
They're like,
shocking.
we're not buying. Yeah, it is. They're like, we're not buying that.
But the Switch kind of has brought me back, and it's not my main console by
Sure.
any stretch of the imagination. But like I've been playing Metroid Dread, and I've been loving it.
Yeah, that one looks fine. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a side-scrolling Metroid, so I'm in. I'm not buying any game right now.
but like, and like I don't know if we plan to talk about this later, but the whole like online expansion
Yeah,
thing being
it's-
Yes, sir.
Well, I guess we'll save it for that then. I have some thoughts on that.
Yeah.
But but I try to play on a bunch of different things, and I try to play. I like a lot of indie games. I like a lot of narrative, and then with my channel, Inward Games, I'll try to either break down elements that I like and that I think are different and maybe other games don't necessarily do, or so it's not really like a review channel, and it's not like I feel like people watching it might almost think like I'm just all I'm doing is praising these things shamelessly, but really the reason for that is because I'm only going to make a video for a game that I like, and if I
Right.
don't like it, I'm just not gonna make. the
Okay, we're
video,
good then,
you know?
because I watched some of your Death Stranding videos, so that means you like it.
yeah.
So I'm in.
Yeah. And that's one of my, I think, my better videos.
Yeah.
I'm happy about that one, but they take a while to make, so it's been a
Yeah.
little while since I made the last one.
Well, that's pretty good, I think, anyway, because as most people can attest that interact with Brian and I, we take the opposite approach in that we hate on everything basically.
Yeah.
So I can respect that someone trying to just be like, look, I'm going to talk about what I like because that's positive, and why would I take the time out of my life to kind of crap on something that I don't even, doesn't even affect my life one way or another.
Except for Apex.
So-
Apex does.
It deserves the hate. Yeah.
I mean,
Does it
I'm also
affect
not
you?
against the downing on things that, on people who
Oh,
do
well,
that. It's
sure.
About to say, find another podcast to get in on because
I mean-
these boys, oh my god.
and I'll do that myself and whatnot. But it's just, I don't necessarily, I won't make a whole video about it because videos
Yeah.
take a long time. So,
Yeah.
but
Well, that
like in a
sounds-
conversation, I'm not against it.
Sure. No, and we joke, of course. I mean, we'll say good and bad, but typically, I mean, Brian and I tend to focus on the negative a little more than the positive, except unless it is a Hideo Kojima production, then Brian will somehow
He makes good
miraculously
games. He and his production
all
team
the
make good
negative
games.
is eroded. So I don't. He can't seem to muster any negative thoughts on a Kojima game.
That's ridiculous.
So there's that, and Josh is seemingly positive about
A lot.
nearly everything.
Hell yeah.
He bought a
It's
SWO
another
LED. I
beautiful
mean,
world.
Yeah.
We'll get into it.
okay.
Yeah.
He's got his head in the clouds,
Yeah.
basically.
I've been playing with the idea of getting one. I don't know.
It's amazing. It's great.
It's-
I
Is it
love
worth
the
the
same
upgrade?
Well, you want to get into it, Josh? That's one of what
Okay,
you've been doing this
yeah,
week, kind of.
so this week I'm at work, and then like DQ makes a joke about how I'm going to rush home when I see that a certain package is delivered. I immediately confirm that package is being delivered. It's the SWOLED that DQ reserved. He got a pre-order and then sent to
why didn't
me.
you just have it shipped straight to your house?
Because when he pre-ordered it, I
I'm
guess
just
he could
kidding.
only do in-store pickup.
I was
I
kidding.
guess. Okay. Well, it's still another
Yeah, this has
question.
been a
that we
running
need to
joke
ask.
whenever you're not around, Josh, is that
Mhm.
because you kept asking like if it's shipped yet.
Yeah, and then he was like,
It's my house.
he was
Yeah,
always like, it's in
getting-
store.
Yeah, it's in store pickup. And so every time
Yeah, but
Brian
where's
and I
the
would
tracking
play with
number for my
DQ, we're
house?
like, hey, did that ship to Josh yet? He's like, it's in store pickup. And we're like, why didn't you just ship it straight? He's like, oh my gosh. So that's been a thing we've been
Yeah.
doing.
So
But
I
anyway.
rush home. I'm like, I'm not telling my manager nothing. I'm just going
jeez.
working home from the rest of the day, which I can do at my job, thank goodness. And
Cool.
and I get over there. I open up this first class packaging. What's up, DQ? Thank you. And there it is. It's the SWOLED. It looks at first glance immediately like the regular one.
How's
I
that
got some
kickstand?
side by side. Without that, that kickstand. It's worth an extra $100. Let me tell you.
It looks nice.
Hey, guess what? That kickstand works. I tried it. It's
Well,
a
that's
good
more than
working
the original
kickstand.
Switch.
Yeah, there's a lot of angles on it that you can like pivot it towards. It's beautiful. It's nice. The whole like transfer your data from one system to another. It actually works really well. It's pretty seamless. Like it took like 20 minutes.
Is
or
that
something.
for real? That really does work because that's always
Yeah.
been a weak point of Nintendo's.
Yeah, I expected it to be a lot harder or a lot weirder, but it was fine. It was 100% wireless. I did have to put both of them to charge though, but that was fine. And then it moved like system and memory data, but not any game system data. So I did have to re-download the
That's
games on the new
stupid.
unit.
That's dumb.
So,
But let me guess, your battery for the new one was at like 50%, and the old one was dead because you didn't play it in a long time.
the old one was just always on the dock.
Oh,
I
okay.
never took it off the dock. Well, actually, I did sometimes, but this one I just play off the dock all the time. When I got it,
Yeah, you
it
got
was
that
like 75%
sweet
battery.
OLED.
Exactly. So that's the thing that a lot of people have said is that if you're not a person that plays it off the dock, then why are you even getting it? And that's basically true.
Yeah.
Like there,
Yeah.
that's
Because
sweet.
you infer no other benefits, right? If it's docked.
Yeah.
None
anyway, right?
whatsoever. I mean, like that
Yeah.
sweet Ethernet port, but like if you were playing,
Oh, yeah.
okay, the subset of people that play video Switch games online and then also play it docked,
You're
they're
not playing
crazy
ARMS
enough to
online? Aren't you so deep
What are you
into
even
ARMS?
doing? I mean, I had a dongle that was like $15, so I used that anyway. So it's not a life-changing element whatsoever. The dock is sexier. It's got a sleeker design, but it does the exact same thing. It's fine.
It does have that 4K output HDMI, raising some questions.
Ow,
Oh, yeah.
I
knows
don't.
what's gonna
I think that
happen?
was just the cheapest HDMI they could find.
I think that's probably the most
Yeah.
likely thing.
'Cause, yeah, I saw a
Probably.
thread about it, and it was just like, "Is it 4K compatible?" It's like, not if any of the chips are the same. Like, no, it's not.
Right.
It can't run
The secret-
720p at a decent frame rate. Like,
The secret hope is that there is somehow like a secret sauce in here that Nintendo's gonna use down the line, and that it's gonna become the Switch Pro. Like, it's not gonna do that. It's not gonna do that at all.
Some of the stuff that I was also hearing was people hoping that, like, well, maybe that means that the 4K is coming and they can just put this dock in that box, you know? So it's
Yeah.
like the dock's
Ooh,
already
yeah.
ready to go.
So the real Switch Pro, the real hero, will be here soon for me to also buy. But yeah, the Switch itself is heavier. It's nicer. Like the Joy-Cons are a little bit more matty. I think. I don't know. It's maybe it's just because they're new Joy-Cons. I think.
you already got Joy-Con drift.
Not yet. Can't wait. I really like it. It's fun. I've been playing. So immediately the first game that I play is Super Mario Sunshine, baby. Sunshine on the OLED.
You're playing a
So-
30-year-old game
Yeah.
on a new quote-unquote system.
I want to say something about this SWOLED thing too. It's Brian has noted that it has given you kind of a revival
It truly
on
has.
communicating with people because you are, I don't know, now talking to us more often,
interacting so much more.
interacting.
Literally-
and Brian noted that you responded to a question of his from like
the
a
end
month
of August.
previously.
Yes.
The
yes, I
end of
did.
August, I sent him a text, and he never responded. I was just like, okay. And then, suddenly he got that SWOLED, and he's responding, and I was like, this is reinvigorated
I'm sorry,
his whole
Brad. I
life.
just never got around to it.
No,
I kept
it's
forgetting
fine.
to
I just-
respond.
It's just weird
Just
how it
noting
just
the
suddenly,
SWOLED brought you back to life.
Hearing that Super Mario theme, it just brings me back to life. What was I gonna say about Super Mario Sunshine? I nearly lost it, I think, because it was part of the Mario 35 anniversary thing that they gave out for free to Switch people, and you can't re-download it. I thought from anywhere, and you can't re-buy it because it's like in the Disney vault, in the Disney Nintendo vault, apparently.
Right.
And I was really bummed out for a second because I deleted everything off my old Switch, and then I was like, oh fuck, I lost it. Apparently, like, you can't go back to the store to re-download things. But I mean, you can, but like certain things you can't find.
Right.
But if you instead go to your video game library and go to the button that says re-download software, it'll be there. I don't know
Nintendo
what
made online stuff complicated. I'm shocked.
Exactly. Like when I saw that, I was like, "Oh my god, it is still here!" But I need to go through the flow that's not through your purchased games, because
Right.
technically, this quote unquote was purchased. But I need to go through like a different flow to re-download games that were previously in your system. It was great. I loved it because either way, I got to play Sunshine. But DQ also, give me some 3D printed love in that box. Give me some Animal Crossing Fossil and a couple Pokemon as well. So appreciate
Of
that.
which,
DQ.
of which you did not recognize the Animal Crossing
Fossil. Yeah,
Fossil,
I did
yeah.
not.
Whenever I
thought
saw
was-
it, I said, how did he not recognize this? I would have recognized this thing.
I have not played New Horizons in a long time, and that's going to be what I get back into. The literal last time I saw an Animal Crossing Fossil was like in 2015 when I was playing the 3DS, a New Leaf, I think.
Oh, I thought it was going to be on the Pumas that I sent you that you probably bought and didn't say anything to me about.
They are Animal Crossing compatible. They are, they came with the software on there. But thanks a lot, DQ. But this was not the biggest revelation out of all this by any means. So he tells me to get Mario Golf because he repeatedly says it's the only good Nintendo game. I do. Sidebar: Mario Golf is like, it's almost like operating a battleship, like a naval battleship. It's like weirdly complicated, which I
Really?
really like. Yeah, it's like here's your putt, here's the wind, here's like the distance that you have to go, here's the elevations, the power
that
shot, the
complex.
back shot, the top spin. It's like
any golf game.
Yeah,
that sounds
right.
like
I was gonna,
standard.
I was like,
standard
oh,
golf
I
game.
thought it'd be like Hot Shots Golf, and then what you're describing is Hot Shots Golf, basically.
I mean, like I thought it'd be more arcadey, but it's like really simulator focused.
Yeah.
It's Nintendo's Death Stranding, really. If we are to put any
Is
focus
Sora in
on
there
it.
yet, or is Sora not?
I'm hoping, dude.
Not been in
I'm
there.
hoping. Here's to hoping. Which I hope is on the
You
docket.
can
But
use
the
a
point is,
Keyblade putter.
I tell DQ that I got Mario Golf, and then he responds with one simple message that's just a series of numbers, and it's his friend codes, guys. And I breathe a long breath. I'm like, there's no way, and I type in the friend code, and then who comes up other than a little me of Dennis Quigley of Mr. Dennis,
Uncle Dennis Quigley,
Uncle Dave.
Uncle Dennis. So the reason why this is impossible, guys, is that has he kept it a secret this whole time?
You know what else I mean, I think so, but I mean, he has talked about Mario Golf a lot. But also, he kept a secret from me that Maggie Q's last name is Quigley. I did
It's
not
true.
know
He
that.
did reveal that last night.
I mean, I haven't looked it up to
Shocking
confirm
news.
it, but I was
I got to be honest.
shook.
You know, I respect DQ immensely, or I should say, I did.
Yeah.
Everything I know about the man is a lie now, and
Anything's
I
up for grabs. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like what I know about DQ anymore.
So Ryan, every single week for approximately 5 years or something like that, every day really, I've had to endure the abuse of these men throwing Nintendo's name through the dirt. And at this point, they're madmen. There's no reason to listen to logic or to even try to convince them. But our friend exactly. But our friend DQ, largely silent, if not also joining the hate mob that usually forms here.
I would say he's maybe even the best hater. Like,
yes,
he's like an elite hater.
Yeah, he's an intelligent hater. We're just, this sucks.
Yeah, we're caveman haters, and he's just like, yeah.
But lo and behold, he's actually a self-hating Switch owner. I checked those stats, DQ. I checked those stats. He's played some of those games for a long time. For
to be
multiple
fair,
hours.
I will defend DQ somewhat here. His wife could be playing those games, or he has nephews because he is Uncle Dennis Quigley.
I think that
he's Uncle Dave.
I know
DQ would be meticulous enough to make his wife a sign-in, like a different sign-in me account. The me is very clearly him with the glasses.
Here's where I'll counter that. Uncle Dave is a little cheap, and he's going to pay for one online service. He probably gets one account on somebody else's family plan that he pays $2 a year for. And he's not going to put his wife on there also.
And anything he tells us is it needs to be re-verified. All of DQ needs to be through two-factor authentication now. Every single interaction.
I mean, I do think his whole life needs to be audited, essentially, where somebody needs to follow him around and see what he does day to day.
Who's going to audit the auditor?
Here's the thing. DQ lives in the only space that I've ever seen on Google Maps that you can't actually access.
There's no streets
via Street View.
What?
Yes.
I don't know.
Because I thought I would play that game like let me see where DQ lives.
Yeah, because he mentioned some
ice cream parlor or something. He's like, yeah, that's a few blocks from me. So I was like, oh, let me get creepy. and just only because DQ is that kind of guy where we always joke that he's the watcher of the Watchmen or he's the auditor of the IRS. And then he straight up
sent us his address. And it's like, okay, well, he must have great security then. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because all the time he just goes on podcasts and talks about games.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. It's like, I don't understand, but then I'm looking and I'm like, I can't, there's literally just a few blocks in this like Chicago suburb that's like you can't even access with Google Maps,
which is crazy.
And I'm like, I've never seen that before ever. Basically, Google Maps is like, if you want a picture of the inside of my bathroom, you can get it basically on Google Maps, but not DQ's anything. You can't see his lawn. You can't see anything. I'm like, of course you live in that one little small, like plot of land that nobody can get to.
It's so weird that Google hasn't gone there.
I don't know. Google has gone there. DQ said, "Get off my lawn."
Freedom of Disinformation Act, and
basically
got them to take it out of the system.
Just a bunch of like destroyed Google camera cars like littered around his house.
Yeah.
As soon as the cars come into his radius, they just shut down and like the drones fall to the ground.
Right. He's probably got EMPs and stuff that he emits and everything. It's like,
that's why he hates crypto and Apex, is because he is crypto. He's got an EMP drone.
He started Bitcoin.
Yeah.
We don't know that he didn't.
No, he's trying to get us on Cardano.
Oh.
Cardano is his thing. He's trying to make a push for that. He wants all of us to do Cardano.
I don't even know.
And it's either either that's just to make him more rich, or he
Yes.
actually wants that actually is the wave. I don't know with DQ.
I don't either.
I mean, his personal wealth is for sure the wave, but he does like with Josh's Swoled, he did the same thing with my wife's PS5 or the launch PS5. He just had like 3 pre-orders and he gave me one. Didn't
Well,
ask
give
for
you
anything.
one. Had you pay for just a PS5?
Sure.
Well, yeah,
but,
I'm just saying.
Well, of course,
Some people
but
could-
I thought that part
Well,
is
yeah.
understood. I think, but just gave me, at a time when PS5 pre-orders were like 900.
Even still, right
over
now,
or
they're
more.
they're still hard to find.
They're very hard to find. Yeah,
It's wild.
I saw somebody on Twitter talking about year 2, and kids are still going to have no PS5s for Christmas.
Yeah.
It's like it's true, man. That's pretty nuts.
Even the elves are getting hit by these shortages. Can't put this shit together.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah.
So overall, Josh, your review of the Swoled, it's yay or nay? It's good.
If you play
bad?
Dockless, you're gonna have a good time. If you never play Dockless or like mostly never play Dockless, don't
Keep it
buy a new
moving.
Switch. Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, and there's plenty of people who do that, which I don't understand them either. It's like you bought like this system that can just move with you wherever. They're like, no, it's always in the dock. It's always on my TV.
Yeah.
What?
To play Witcher,
Play Witcher 3. Yeah, like what the hell are they doing?
This looks
having a good time with it.
ugly.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
is this so? How's the screen is worth it? You think for that? If you have a Switch already, is it worth upgrade? I'm assuming that you can sell your old one.
He has a lot of
Yeah.
disposable income right now, so
Right now I do. And the thing is also like I would not have gotten it if I didn't need to get a friend a birthday present as well. Because it was my friend's birthday and they were like, yeah, I wish I had a Nintendo. And then I was like, a way to excuse myself from not buying the OLED is I can just
Right.
buy this OLED, not deal with Facebook Marketplace, and just give this present, my old Switch, my old hand-me-down gross Switch that has all my little hand markings on the back
I
of
hope
the
you wiped it
Joy-Cons.
so he can start his own Animal Crossing island.
And I did.
Okay,
He ain't getting in my village.
Okay, good.
But yeah, I gifted the Switch, the old Switch, so that was like part of my excuse.
Right.
Other than that, like I don't think I would have gotten it. It was just the right time, right place, and then DQ had a pre-order, so I felt that retail therapy urge immediately pop up. It's fun, and if you got like extra money laying around, go ahead. But like, yeah.
All right.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
the
not a
ret was
glowing
on-
review.
You should just
It's
wait
a
and get a
Rosania.
PS5. Well,
Everyone-
you already have one, Ryan, but I mean,
Yeah. I would have bought a PS5 over an OLED, definitely a OLED. Excuse me.
So,
Yeah.
what else has everybody been up to? Anything interesting throughout everybody's week?
I've been playing Apex. I hate it. I did stop for
Mhm.
Wednesday and Thursday night. I didn't play.
Mm-hmm.
It's such an awful game. I hate it. But the total inverse of that is still plugging away at Death Stranding Director's Cut, and it's so good.
Nice.
It's so good. I got back to the shower scene, and it happens differently, but it's still funny. It's still good.
Okay, good.
What do you mean it happens differently? How come it happens differently?
Oh,
Or
no, I
this one time?
misremembered.
Oh,
Mm.
I just
Oh,
misremembered
okay.
exactly how it played out, but it's still very good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
creepily-
debating. I've been debating whether I should jump into that again.
I mean,
You
Because
should
it
play
seemed like
that
a
game.
game that I would never play again, but I'm kind of
See,
feeling that
I
pull.
kind of thought that too, but it's only a $10 upgrade if you still own the PS4 version or bought it digitally, whatever.
Right.
60 FPS with the ultra wide. It looks so amazing.
Oh yeah, the ultra wide. I've been hearing a little bit about that.
Yeah,
That's the way
I
to go.
didn't think I would use it, but here I am, just like, ooh, it just looks really nice, like the wider FOV. It's beautiful.
Oh man. Okay. I think I know what I'm doing. After this.
That you should spend the $10 on, not the $350 on a Swoled, but
Right.
yeah, I'm still.
Yeah, what
enjoying it.
part are you up to? Part 84 on your YouTube series?
Yeah, I think I started uploading like part 65 or something. I got to get one of
So
these
let me
freaking capture
see
cards,
where-
man.
Let
I
me see
can't.
where we're at here with it. I'm looking it up right now. The last one I see
64,
is
65, something like
61, but
Oh.
that they do come out of order as you mentioned
Yeah.
before. 65. Okay. Yeah. 65 uploads in that series. That's on the GrubChub channel
Oh, yeah.
there. If you wish to watch this man play through every bit
No,
of
it does
Death
suck. There
Stranding.
was like a 10-minute block where I didn't record for some reason, which sucks because
What the hell?
it means I'll have to play through it again on like hard mode or something. Which I had somebody commenting telling me that hard mode is legit because like your boots wear out way faster. Like whenever instead of fighting one BT, you'll fight like 3 of them or something. I was like, that sounds hard. I can't even deal with one most of the time. Because I usually don't bring any weapons anywhere, and that's stupid. But
Oh, really?
yeah, if I get caught anywhere, I'm like, oh crap.
Have you gotten to any of the new racing sections?
Yeah, that's not very late in the game. It's like whenever you get to the second area. I didn't know it was there. Like I had an email. Usually with those emails, I just mark them as read basically to get the likes and
Right.
stuff. So I had to go. I went back through like all the important emails and saw like I had to go south of the Timefall farm or whatever. And there's just one of those pavers where you just put in the materials and then it's a racetrack. I don't know if
that
there's
was the thing that was just real confusing to me was the racing aspect.
Yeah, I mean it's not nothing amazing. I only raced like twice, I think, but it's something new. I do like the new gadgets. That's the other thing is I played the PS4 version at launch, so like they've added in all this like Cyberpunk 2077 crossover, like this Half-Life stuff. And I like at first I was playing, I was like, is this the director's cut stuff? Because I kept seeing the little Half-Life symbol. I was like, that seems weird. And then like they bring up Half-Life in the game, and I was like, oh, that's even weirder. But yeah, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of the new content, but I'm still enjoying that game a lot. It's just, I don't know. I enjoyed rebuilding the roads and just, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that was, I think, probably my favorite part was building the roads, getting the roads going.
It's great going to like a distro center and just being like, load up this truck and then just drive on the road until you stop hitting road and put in the materials.
Yeah. It's really addicting once you get going.
Yeah.
I mean, I ended up platinuming that game.
I got close, but I don't know. I never did.
It's kind of gets to be like, it feels like work towards the end.
Yeah.
But I just got so into that game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. I want my BB.
How much longer do you think you got on it, Brian?
Oh, I don't remember how many chapters there are, but I still probably got a while because I'm trying to do everything basically.
Yeah. Is that what you? So with your playthrough, you're just going through and trying to literally.
I'm not trying to like platinum it. I'm just playing through the game. I'm just,
but kind of give a thorough.
Yeah, like I had one video that was basically me going. So like, I basically had a message from Deadman like, hey, there's a corpse nearby. It's about to go necro. Go pick it up. So then I went and picked it up, and then I was driving on the road to go to the incinerator. And then like a BT caught me, dragged me out of the truck. I like looked around forever for the corpse, couldn't find it anywhere. So I was just like, okay, and I just drove, and then it like set off a detonation or whatever. And so I had to continue from my last save, and I was like, oh, okay, well that video's still gonna be in there, like that happened, so oh well.
Yeah, exactly.
But
are you playing this one on PC or
no, PS5?
PS5, okay.
Yeah, that's why
it is out on PC, right? There's the director's cut.
The director's cut isn't. I'm sure they'll patch it probably eventually, but that's why I'm uploading these videos in such a weird way, is because the PS5 can only stream at 1080p and it looks like trash. So I'm just recording 4K video to upload so that it looks good. But
have you gotten to the indoor section? It looked like in the trailer.
Yeah, a little bit. I got into it a little bit. I think there's going to be more of that, but I haven't gotten to that yet.
That stuff seemed interesting to me.
Yeah, it was. Like whenever the first time I got in there, and I went up and tied some people up. It was great. I still love sneaking up on somebody and tying them up.
Josh still has not finished this game, right?
No.
I have not. No.
And last time I mentioned it, he said, "I need a PS5," but it's like, I mean, you don't need one. You have it on
I
PS4.
do. What? I'll tell you why. I mean,
And you would
obviously, 'cause I
restart the
wanna-
whole game. Let's be honest. You would restart.
I'm gonna restart the whole game because I want to play the whole PS5 version on it and a higher performing console with more features, and that's how I want to earn the ending. You know, that's
Yeah.
and like I mean, I love Death Stranding. I'm not afraid to say it here. I'll say it again. I love Death Stranding. Like people who don't like it are lowest common denominator.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. You're not smart enough to appreciate, the holding the L2 and R2 across this field.
And with the DualSense, ooh, it feels so good.
That's what I was about to ask when you brought that up. How's
Yeah.
that?
Like if you have like one of the support skeletons, like the triggers don't really fight you much, but if you're carrying a heavy load with no skeleton, it's like fighting you a little bit.
Oh, I like
It
it.
feels nice. I like it a lot, but
I
guess I'm
love
just a
the
Hideo
initial
Kojima.
Death Stranding reviews and reactions,
Yeah.
and people like fighting the reviews, being like, "Oh, here's 1 out of 5 stars because it sucks," and everyone being like, "You're not intelligent enough for this experience."
That's
I
basically
can
the way it feels with Kojima fans.
I can honestly understand not enjoying the game, but for me, it is one of my favorite experiences. Like it's so different from every other game that it's just like, I don't know, it's just a very unique experience.
But you could admit that it's me going to see a Marvel movie, right? Like you were always gonna like it.
No, I don't think that's true. I didn't like
Like,
Boktai.
Yeah.
I didn't like Boktai, man.
Mm-hmm. Sure you didn't.
I didn't.
If anybody else made this game, it would be terrible, I think.
I mean, it would be hard for somebody else to do it with. I mean, that's the whole thing. Is like he got basically a blank check to make a super high value, or high cost AAA indie game, basically. Like,
and he didn't do it.
I feel like it would be a good game, but just no one would play it because it wouldn't get the
Yeah.
recognition.
Yeah, I wish somebody would make a similar game. I would try it out.
I mean, Death Stranding
So
2,
we
baby.
are admitting that Kojima gets away with crap.
He's what gets you in the door. He's what gets you in the door, and then you go, oh, look how nice it is.
He's a pioneer, Gary. Not that you'd understand.
Yeah.
No, look, I certainly respect his level of OCD with some of his stuff and his attention to detail. But I also don't love his let's make weird things for the sake of being weird.
Creation. That's creativity, man. But different schools of thought. Like, I remember I was watching like the Giant Bomb, like they were watching like the first preview of the actual gameplay.
And this is going to be a rich story because those guys hate video games more than I do.
Exactly, yeah. And like they were, and to this point, no one was 100% sure what like the deal was with Death Stranding. Like there was like 5-second snippets, but like, what do you actually do in a 30-minute game session? And then like Hideo Kojima's playing it, and he's moving Norman Reedus across the field, his first steps. And then he starts explaining, like the prompts come up on the screen, like you got to hold L2 and R2 to balance yourself. And as soon as that happened, like Brad Shoemaker's eyes like lit up, like, and Jeff Gersman immediately like just almost stepped away from the desk and started shaking his head, because that in and of itself just indicated everything that this game was.
And it's stupid because Jeff Gersman thinks Control was one of the greatest games ever, and it was an okay game. It was an okay
game.
I loved Control, man. That's up there.
I like it too. I never finished it because
I did. I forced myself. Like, I don't know. I was enjoying it a lot at the start, and then eventually I was just like, this is. I felt like it was dragging on, and then I don't know. I didn't like it. Just make Max Payne again. That's all we want, right?
Control's great. I love the fiction. Anyway, the point is, just immediately, even before it came out, everyone got this taste of like, holy shit, this thing is not anything like we thought it would be or thought anything would be, and people are gonna hate it, and they did. And I can't wait to play it again.
Yeah, it still sold pretty well.
Well, yeah, I think it's hard to like, because like the game of that is like the traversal, obviously, and I think
the game.
That's when you kind of look at it in a different way, which is like the difficulty in the puzzle is walking across the land. It kind of starts to make more sense, but it's kind of a hard sell.
Yeah, it's for sure a hard sell, and Like,
because initially it just sounds like, if you were to say like it's an open world game and it's just like a pain in the ass to get from point A to point B, it sounds like, well, that sounds terrible. But when you think of it as like that being a game in and of itself,
or you say, oh, I brought a bunch of materials and built a road. People probably like, that's the stupidest game I've ever heard of. And it's like, yeah, but everybody else can use the road now, and it's useful. It charges your car while you're on it. It's good.
I made a road that's good for everybody.
Yeah, but it is like whenever I was playing, and you get to Film Fan or whatever. What was it? Film Critic? I don't remember what his name is in the game. Jordan Voight Roberts or whatever his name is.
The dude who directed King Kong. Yeah.
Yeah. So whenever you get to his, there's a super rocky path out in front of his place. You go up there, you get him connected to the network, you turn around, suddenly there's a billion just things all around from other players, and then the path is like it's been walked so much that it's smooth now. You don't have to walk over hard rocks, and it's just a great thing.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
And it's almost like the roads become like a checkpoint. Like in a game, you can kind of like,
I
don't know, like work up to a point, and then you get a checkpoint, and then from there you can start there. Whereas in this game, the checkpoint is like building a physical road in the world, which allows you to just drive over all of that stuff,
And there's points. I'm not even sure if this is how the game works. I mean, I feel like it has to in some way. There will be times where like I'll take a different path up a cliff or something, and then I'll see somebody like used a rope. I can't remember what it's called, the climb anchor thing, and the rope will just be all spooled up right next to the anchor itself, and I'll grab it, and then just make sure that it throws off the cliff so the next person could use it, and then I'll just walk to wherever I needed to go. Like,
right.
That's a stupid thing, but I do it just in case that is how it works. I don't know.
And that little simple, you'll never see it, but that simple thing could like save someone so much frustration,
Yeah,
That
there's been
could
times
be
where I
the-
have to get across a river or something, and I'm just like, oh crap. Then I'll just see like somebody's name, then it's like just a ladder going across. I'm like, oh god, thank you.
Yeah, I was about to fail this mission or whatnot, and it's like this kind of saved my ass.
Yeah. There was a point.
For the ladder.
There was a point, I think on Thursday, where like I had gotten so much stuff in my truck, it was going so slow, and then like I was almost back to one of the distro centers, and like it died. I just sprinted to the distro center, grabbed a PCC, ran out there, threw a generator down, and then as soon as my car was charged, dismantled it, and then just drove. I was just like, I can't lose all this stuff. I can't deal with this truck dying. I can't carry all
What a
this
good
stuff.
game.
It is a
What a
great
good game.
It is.
What a
It's so
good
good.
game.
It really is.
Well, I'm glad you guys enjoy it, honestly. Like,
I want to go outside and pick up a suitcase and hit some weird UPS guy in the face with it. Right
I also
now.
love that whenever you stack it too high, if you're in like a small thing, it'll just knock stuff off, and you're like, crap, and then you have to like
Yeah.
crouch and then like lean forward.
And
great.
smacking guys with the briefcases was
Oh
very
yeah,
satisfying.
I loved throwing them, like swinging and just throwing them. And in this
Yeah.
one, I don't remember this being in the original one, but now you can like drop kick people, and it's so good.
Oh,
Like
Yeah, I
you're
don't
just
remember that.
sprinting with the speed skeleton, and then you just jump about 30 feet and just drop kick somebody. It's pretty
rad.
great.
It's so cool.
Yeah. But
nice. Well, that will conclude our
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding talk of the week. I know that one thing that I had going on this week was, and Brian used it as an opportunity to slam me, was that I almost died and had to go to the
Almost
hospital.
died.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You didn't almost
No,
die.
so Wednesday night, I was just chilling watching the challenge on MTV.com
Like
as
you
one
do.
does.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And so I was watching it and just sitting here at my computer desk, and I was just like, I've had kidney stones before, and so you kind of know that feeling. And I was like, man, but usually it builds up, and you kind of go, oh, it's, I better start, maybe drinking cranberry juice or this or that or doing whatever, like, all the other little weird things you have, and but it gave me no notice. It was just like all of a sudden I was like, oh man, my back's starting to feel real bad and uncomfortable. And so I'm like, oh, come on.
And 10 minutes
So
later,
then
you're just
I
sweating.
So then I took some medicine and that I'd had from other kidney stones,
Yeah.
and was like, hopefully that'll help me, and I'll get to a place that's comfortable, and because There's one thing that people know about me is I don't like to pay the doctor for anything. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to go to the doctor. Like I want my money for fun stuff, like buying shoes.
Like Death
Not like
Stranding
being
director's cut
alive.
updates.
Yeah, get that out
I
of
like
here.
being alive, but I like being alive with things that I like to enjoy.
With the new Yeezys.
Yeah, with the new Yeezys, exactly. And so it was like escalating in pain, and then it did get to a point where it felt a little more. I was like, oh, it might be okay. And so my wife and I went and picked up some dinner, and then as we were like getting there, I was like, nope, it's getting bad. And so she like ran in and grabbed the dinner, and I was like, I literally had to stand outside the car, trying to stretch my back,
Yeah.
and
And
as we're
it
driving
didn't
home, I
help
go,
because nothing
No.
helps.
yeah, there's nothing that helps.
Yeah.
And what I was afraid of was, and Brian knows this because the last time I think I had one this severe was at his house whenever we were doing the podcast. Or actually, I think we were just checking out his new PC. Actually, I think he just got a PC.
Yeah, and even then it
Or-
wasn't that bad.
Or maybe you were, no, well.
Or maybe
no.
it was a VR whenever I got Oculus.
It was the VR, yeah. And so me and Gabe were checking out the VR, and then I was like, I'm gonna go down to the downstairs
Yeah.
because I get it makes you feel nauseous, like the pain hits so bad.
It
makes you
hits
wanna throw up.
every sense in your body that's bad.
Yeah.
Like I say, I like the last time I had one, like 3 years ago or whatever, the infamous Conor versus Khabib night. That's the last time I had one. Just like, I was just sweating. Like my wife thought I was going to die because I was just
Yep.
like in so much pain, and like you think, oh, maybe if I lay on my side, nope, that's killing me. Lay on my back, no, like
Nope.
you can stretch out, you can curl up into a ball, nothing helps. You can't escape it. It's so miserable.
It's the worst. And so in that time that I was at Brian's house, I actually did, like, me and my son rushed to like a Care Now or whatever clinic,
Yeah.
and before they could give me my pain shot, I did throw up in the sink because like the pain just like overwhelmed
Yeah.
me, and that's the only time I've ever done that.
Jesus.
But I was trying to like get past that. Like I didn't want that to come on, basically. So as me and my wife were driving back to the house, I was like, where should I, like, what's the best place to go to? And she's like, well, I'd take you over here. So we ended up going to the house, eating dinner and everything. And I was kind of like, okay, it's fine right now. I think it's okay. And then it wasn't. And so then we went to the hospital or the ER. They got me in pretty quick, but like, they got us back there, and they were moving pretty quickly, but they're like, what's your pain level at? I'm like, it's a 9 probably right now. It's a 9.
Yeah.
And so they're like, all right. And they're taking their time, like giving me some medicine and stuff. I'm like, I need, because previously when I'd been, they give me a shot pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, oh my gosh. Like the pain just goes away.
Yeah.
Like almost as soon as they put the needle in. It's amazing. Well, they didn't do that this time. They were like, we're going to give you like a morphine drip basically. And then we'll give you some pills later. And they kept like offsetting that. And it was just, I don't know, it was just like constant throbbing, but it did help.
Maybe you should have said it
obviously.
was at a 10. My pain level
Yeah,
is
well,
at an 11. No.
Yeah, well, I wanted like when you get a review at work, right? You want a place to work up from.
Yeah.
So I did tell them it was at a 10 later. Whenever
Yeah.
they gave me the other stuff, I was like, it's at a 10. So like whatever the next thing is,
Let's
let's
get it
go to
going.
that.
Yeah.
So I just thought basically go to the ER, get the shot or get the pain meds, and that would be. And usually that is it. That's the thing. Like you get that, and then you get the other medicine that
Right.
helps you kind of pass the stone or whatever. And I'm not in pain anymore after that, and boom, we're good. But then they were like, well, you are, because they took me through like a CT scan or whatever, and they said,
Jeez.
yeah, your kidney's like basically swollen and irritated,
Oh my
and
God.
it's bacteria and all this stuff. And for sure, I know that whenever I peed, I don't know if I sent you that picture, Brian, or not. I can't remember.
You sent me a picture of some liquid.
Yeah, that was my pee, and it looked like cranberry juice.
It was dark. You definitely had to tell me that it was B because I didn't. I was just like, here's 5 pictures from.
And in all my time, like my 2 major other times of getting kidney stones, I've never peed blood, but I was peeing blood that time. and it was not fun. So anyway, they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna keep you," and they just kind of kept prolonging the thing, like, "Oh yeah, we got a urologist coming," and they would move me room to room, like I was playing musical rooms or whatever. It was annoying, and yeah, and. Seriously, and then so finally, anyway, I ended up in this one room. They would wake me, like they're like, "All right, get some rest," and I'd be like, "Okay."
I can't. I'm dying.
Finally, yeah. Well, they got the pain management stuff, and I was like, "Okay," and I'd finally like start to pass out. Then some group of people come in, "Hey, so this is your new nurse for the shift, and this is you feeling okay?" Huh? Yeah, and I'm like I was only able to sleep in like 10-minute increments at some points. And just like in a drunken stupor, pretty much.
I think if I ever end up with a hospital stay, I'll just tell them, like, don't bother telling me who the new nurse is on a shift. I don't care. If somebody comes in scrubs to help me, that's all I care about. Yeah.
The only one I'm going to be worried about is if you send one in here, it's going to put a pillow over my face.
Yeah, and even then, the pain I'm in.
Don't have Tracy in here. Yes, do tell me her name, please.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. At a certain point, I was kind of hoping that a nurse would come in and just give me the mercy kill and suffocate me to death.
Is that Scott? Send him in, please.
Yeah, please. But I kept telling him like yesterday, because this is my whole thing. Like I told him, this is like a taxi. I feel like I'm in a taxi cab right now, and the fare is just running, but I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Because they kept going like, well, the doctor, it might be early morning. We're hoping. I was like, I was told for the last day that somebody was going to come see me, and no one did.
Yeah.
I was like, so I feel like this taxi cab is just running my fare, and I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. And I was like, so I'm about to just check myself out of here. And then my wife made some calls and got some doctors to come actually in and see me. And then I was able to leave. But so my brother then used the opportunity to slam me.
I didn't
say that I was acting like my mom. But and I understand where he's coming from.
To be fair, your son also said a similar thing about something else.
It's true.
Yeah.
Because whenever Brian was mentioning that he might be a little late for the podcast this morning.
No, on Thursday.
Well, I
morning.
mean.
Oh yeah.
But I'm saying like
for this morning's record.
For this. He was just saying like, I got a thing to do. I might be a little late, and I was like, oh, I'm in the hospital. So, but my thing was, I was just going like, I don't even know if I'll be there.
I know, but whenever you sent it initially, I was just like, the hell? Like, I didn't think you were inside the hospital. I thought you were just inside of a hospital. I was just like, okay.
Yeah. So then I sent Brian pictures like separately and stuff, and he was just laughing at his pictures with his wife, going like, oh man, this dude, because that's what my mom does basically. Like, you're like, how was your breakfast, Mom? It's like, oh, it was good. So anyway. And she'll just like something else that doesn't even relate at all will be brought up. Yeah. And I'm like, man, dude, don't say that I'm like mom in that way, dude. It hurts my feelings, honestly. I almost died. And this guy, I'm out here pissing cranberry juice, and this guy is literally just laughing at my pain with his wife.
It's probably because you got that vaccine, dude.
Unreal. That's true. Unreal. So that's been how my week finished up.
That's a pretty good
hospital for 2 days. Yes, pretty good week.
Well,
yeah.
you finished it off last night with watching the new Bond film.
Yes.
Speaking of Death Stranding, Lea Seydoux.
Yo,
French girl.
Right.
I don't know. I haven't even seen a trailer for this movie.
Yeah, neither have I.
I did. We actually ended up getting the A-list. Okay, so here's how it happened.
I heard. Hold on, real quick. I heard with A-list you can pre-order snacks. What the hell?
What?
Somebody said that. Like you could be like, I'm going to be at the theater. I want a popcorn, this and that, and then you show up and then you get it. You don't have to wait.
It's just ready for you.
I think that's right.
I want a GameStop employee to be at the movie theater.
You want to pre-order popcorn?
Like, did you pre-order your Junior Mints?
No, but really, to pre-order, you just go to the
protection.
Yeah, you go to the Dollar Tree next door because there's always one real close, and then you get your snacks there for $1. Although they're going to raise prices now.
It's true. But so the thing was that my wife and son have been wanting to watch Venom.
Yeah.
and I did not want to watch, which sucks because I actually love Venom, and Spider-Man and Marvel, everything basically.
You should have watched this one.
But no, I shouldn't have. It just looked bad from the trailer. The first one was okay, and I'm even being generous when I say it was okay.
Yeah, I could not get through the first one. I
haven't even tried, honestly.
It was just my
Tom
love
Hardy
for
and
Venom,
but
yeah, it was a tough watch.
But
honestly.
you're taking DQ's views on a movie to heart.
I understand. No, I'm not taking DQ's views on a movie. I'm just marrying them to the fact that I saw the trailer, and it looked terrible.
Got Woody Harrelson.
I know, and I love Woody, but like the movie looks bad. Like the trailer is supposed to be basically like the thing that gets you into the theater.
It does look bad to me, but it looks like every other comic book movie basically right now.
But you are a notorious Marvel hater. Like you will suckle the teat of anything Kojima. This is why we have this joke, Brian, because Brian claims that I like anything Marvel.
You do.
And I know that he actually does like anything Kojima.
You came out of Captain Marvel and you're like, this is the best Marvel movie. You came out of every new Marvel movie, you come out saying it's the best Marvel.
Here's the thing, is that's the lie that you perpetuate. I came out and I said, it's actually not bad.
Yeah.
And then what I will say, and Black Widow.
Yeah, that's the only one. That's the only one where you're like, it wasn't great, but
and then
Florence
whenever
Pugh.
Now the new Venom, I don't even want to see it. And Brian's just ignoring that portion entirely, and he'll just, for the next time I say that a Marvel movie is good, I've even said the Eternals doesn't look good. I don't think the Eternals looks good. I don't really want to see it.
Right. So Venom's not really a Marvel movie, though, right?
Well, okay. So when I say Marvel, I just mean like Marvel Universe.
See, and I'm not a Marvel Universe,
or not. Yeah, not hater. MCU.
I'm
right,
an MCU
correct.
hater because all the movies are the same and they're bad.
No, they're not the same, but. Anyway, yes, you're right. It's a Marvel character. It's not a Marvel Cinematic Universe character. Correct. And that's my issue with it. If Kevin Feige was getting to do this, it would not suck.
Oh yeah, it'd probably be amazing.
Right.
I'd be down to see it if that was the case. But
yes, but Sony has somehow had their hands on one of the best franchises.
It's not somehow.
It's
because Marvel back then signed a deal, and Sony has
desperate
forever rights, and it's so good.
Right. Yeah.
That's why you got into the Spider-Verse. That's why you got into the Spider-Verse, bud.
Hey, if that's what we needed to get into the Spider-Verse, then like I'm fine with that because that movie was amazing.
Yeah, Disney would have never.
You're right.
It
was, but the whole reason that stuff even happened was because Sony crapped the bed so epically that they had to just kill off the second Spider-Man franchise entirely before the third film. Just reboot entirely and go, Feige, we need you on this one, bud. And Feige came in, and now they have an amazing...
I don't think Sony said that. I think Marvel wanted Spider-Man in
but they don't,
the MCU
okay, but they don't have
than...
any rights to do that, right? Sony has the lifetime rights, right?
Yeah.
They got money to pay Sony.
Yeah, exactly.
They can get them.
Well, sure. But Sony had to, like, go make a deal and say, all right, fine,
Rising boats sink all ships, right?
Right, yeah, rising bloats.
That's the same.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank God for Kevin Feige basically smacking Sony's hand whenever they're trying to make bad movies.
Well, why is he not doing it to the MCU then? Why is Black Widow?
He is. Well, I don't know with Black Widow. That movie's garbage. Personally, but
DQ's favorite movie.
It's great.
Yeah.
So I can't, look, the man can only work so many miracles, dude. Black Widow's just not a good character, personally, I think, but...
Yeah, I think they were kind of, felt forced to make that movie. Like, they didn't want to,
for
but they
sure.
had to.
But the problem is they also ruined Taskmaster, so, whatever. It is what it is. They ruined all of
This is the part where Brian pretends to care that he, even knows who Taskmaster is.
I do. He was in the Spider-Man game. He was in the Spider-Man game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was.
Wait,
anyhow.
The Morales one, right?
I think just the original Spider-Man, right? Yeah, he was one of the collectible things.
Oh, okay.
I think you had to do little training missions, and then eventually you fought him.
Oh, right, yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, so basically, they wanted to watch that so bad, and they wanted me to be a part of it, which I appreciate. But I was like, look, I'm gonna be so negative on this thing. I want y'all to enjoy it. So basically, the sacrifice was like, I'll go watch Bond because I actually do want to see that.
Watch a 3-hour movie.
Yeah, it was long too. But so we watched. Yeah, so we just decided to get the A-list. I guess because they still really wanted to see Venom, which they're gonna go see.
Yeah.
Here in like 45 minutes, I think. And yeah, so now we're gonna get that. And my wife, it's funny because she just did not understand the premise of A-list. She's like, we kept saying 3 movies a week. She was like, 3 movies a month, and I was like, no, babe, no,
Per
not
week.
a month, per week. And she was like, oh
how much is it?
gosh.
I'm not trying to get into your business.
$20.
$20. Okay, I thought it was. That's a good deal.
It's a very good deal.
$20 for you get to see 3 movies a week.
Yes.
Well,
And you get to you get to waive the online fees that they try to throw at you.
Yeah.
You still build like points and all that
See,
stuff for all your purchases.
If I could get over the hump of going to see a movie by myself, I would do it because I would go watch. I'd be DQ basically, where I'll just watch anything. I mean, not really.
Yeah,
anything,
I mean, it really is a good deal.
Yeah.
Like, all you need to do is see 2 movies basically, and you've met your money.
Yeah.
Like that's it. And for a time comes out where
Because it also like
really
you can do Dolby Atmos and stuff, right? Like there's no
Dolby
extra
Atmos.
fee for that.
There's no extra fees for Dolby Cinema. No extra fees for we saw
That's
it
what I
in
meant, Dolby
IMAX last night. No extra fees for any of that. It doesn't matter.
Oh, wow.
And you can see them on opening night.
So you use the promo code
yeah,
Rum
2
Nuts.
beats. But and it's weird because they have like different tiers of it though. I want to say
Really?
they're not. Yeah, it's DQ was telling me about this, but I didn't quite understand it until I actually was like going through the process last night. I think there's like 3 tiers, and they're all relatively cheap anyway. It's like literally like $19.95 or something. I think $20.95 and $21.95 or something.
What's the difference between the tiers?
The difference between them is, like the tier that we have, the cheapest one, is like you can't use it in like 10 states or something. And then the next one up is you can't use it in like, let's say 5 states. The next one is you can use it in all states. And the reason, I guess that the reasoning for that, I think, is supposedly like, I think the top tier allows you, basically unlocks California and New York.
Oh man.
Pretty much, or something. Where I guess the thought is they make bukus of money there at those theaters anyway.
Yeah.
And so, it doesn't, I guess, basically you gotta pay to play there a little bit more. But it's like, okay, even still, but I looked at the cheapest one. I'm like, all of these states are states we have no plan to go to anytime soon anyway. Tennessee and Texas are unlocked.
So quick question.
Yeah.
Quick question. Has Dog the Bounty Hunter tried checking an AMC to see if Brian Laundrie's in there? Because he travels around the states.
I don't. Oh, he
Maybe
actually,
he's
as
in
far as I know, here's the thing.
Maybe
He's actually off the case now. He injured himself.
What?
I saw that. I saw that.
I just kept seeing it like, oh, we're right on him, brother, and then nothing
Could you
ever
imagine
happened.
if he actually found him? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
amazing that would be.
it would be amazing, but he did still kind of drop the N-bomb, so it's still kind of canceled to me. I don't know.
yeah, that's the thing is I could like people are like and people change like but I did love that people.
So
were
is
just
he
overlooking
actively?
that.
Was he actively looking?
Yeah,
at
he was. He was out there in the swamps and everything. And,
people had footage of him going door to door,
Yeah.
trying to or something like I don't know.
Oh god! And they're like, "You're real? Shit!"
and he's just out there with his leather skin, just
Oh god!
just trying to do the dang thing. And I guess he pulled a hammy or something, trying to look
Tried
for
to
old
find-
Brian in the swamps, and
Well,
had to back out. It's a young man's game, brother.
I don't.
So-
I literally don't know what he sounds like. I just imagine he is just Hulk Hogan.
He definitely, exactly. I don't know what he
because
sounds
he's an
like
old
either.
bleach blonde white guy who said the N word. So
Yeah, I was
kind
about
of
to say,
one
yeah.
and one.
Similar.
here.
Yeah, he's definitely got a pro wrestler.
Just one
vibe
took
to
down
him.
Gawker
Don't know
and one
which one
didn't.
to shoot. Yeah.
What else? Let's talk about this Ghost Recon Frontline thing here.
Oh yeah, we talked
quick.
last week about the battle royale from Ghost Recon. It had so many dislikes, and then they put out a thing that basically it's been put on hold. You know, they've been working on it. I don't remember what the exact statement was, but everybody's like, it's canceled. Like, that reveal didn't go well. All the Ghost Recon fans hated it. All the Battle Royale fans hated it, basically. Yeah, it did look poor. I would have played it, but, you know, it's probably canceled now.
Too little, too late for the Battle Royale. You know, way too late to the game.
If they would have just announced it unrelated to Ghost Recon, I think it would have went better, because Ghost Recon fans want a third-person Ghost Recon game that's not a Battle Royale that's in first person exclusively. Like, it's just
they're
such
just trying
weird...
to shoehorn these like names in to get name recognition, but it's like you're just destroying your franchises.
Yeah. So we'll get a Splinter Cell Battle Royale next, and oh wait, no, they forgot that series exists.
Which is truly a travesty, considering it is so.
Merch versus
it has been
yeah.
great, and the potential to be great again is so high with that series, but I don't know what they're waiting on there.
They can't fit the
Ubisoft.
They can't fit the Ubisoft formula to fit that game. They can't have just one open world.
Right.
Yeah, they only know how to bake one game now. Exactly.
Is Sam Fisher going to be climbing towers? Is he?
Right.
Sam Fisher was in Wildlands.
Yeah, he had like a little cameo for some DLC thing.
Yeah. Too bad.
And then they made a reference to
It was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
They got him back. Yeah, and they made a reference to Snake.
They got him back.
They did. They
got
him
couch.
back. I mean, because they came out with Blacklist, and
Ironside,
that didn't have him. They came out with a whole game without him.
When's Siphon Filter coming back? Come on.
I mean, there's rumors.
I have wondered that. Yeah, I've wondered that for a long time.
There's rumors. Maybe Sony Bend or whatever's working.
Yeah,
on
that
it.
was Bend, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense they canceled. What was it? Days Gone 2, right?
Yeah, something like that. Which a lot of people are
Combat
heard about,
3.
but it's like not
a
enough
lot of people, upwards of 10, there are dozens of us.
There are a lot of people who are complaining about it, and it's just like, you didn't buy the original game.
Right.
I didn't either. It
I
looked
really
interesting, but I don't know.
I really liked the first one, but I don't really need a second one. Really.
Yeah. I've played it because I got it through the PlayStation Plus collection or whatever, and I mean on the PS5 it plays well. Kind of. I still hate controlling the motorcycle.
Yeah, it wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
Certainly not perfect.
Yeah, just make it fun. Make this game
That
fun.
game looked beautiful though.
Yeah, it did look really good.
Yeah, I think I don't know. They had a whole lot of bad will going against them.
Yeah.
For that game when it finally released, it was just like, I think everybody's kind of like, I'm over it. Like,
I think also just making The Last of Us, but it's also whatever the crap that FX
Sons
show
of
was.
Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
Was just like, because playing it, I hate every character. I hate Boozer. I hate the main Deacon. I hate everybody in that game basically, and I'm just like, I don't care what happens to you. But
well, that's a huge problem if you are trying to have a series. It's like, if people don't like any of the characters, kind of an issue.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Call of Duty Ricochet anti-cheat.
Okay.
This was hilarious because I did see
this whenever I put it on the list, that was whenever they first announced it, because like the day before they announced it, they were just like, hey cheaters, we're coming for you.
Yeah.
We don't ever forget anything,
Brother.
Yeah. And then the next day or 2 days later, it was basically like, hey, we've been working on this Ricochet anti-cheat.
they
It's a kernel.
this
It's a kernel
open
level.
letter
Yeah, it's a kernel
to
level
cheaters.
thing. It's not launching now. It's launching later on whenever the new map comes in, to really give people a crack at it. Which it did. It got cracked apparently. It got leaked, and it's been cracked, and people are already working on cheats for it. So, good job, guys. Y'all really did a good job.
I mean, it's just like so disheartening. And we were talking about with Ryan earlier about the PC gaming and stuff like that. This is the thing that's so frustrating about PC gaming. This is the thing that turns me off of it. Is that you just can't get away from cheating.
But now you got crossplay, so you can't get away from it on console either.
Right. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Console players are getting a taste of it now too, but it's just like It's the thing that robs you of all fun playing video games, basically competitively.
Well, that was the funny part about their initial statement. It was just like cheating isn't fun for anyone. Blah blah blah. It's like it's fun for the people who are cheating. It's stupid, but those people are having a blast. Like I'm the best there is. I got 30 kills from across the map, 3 walls.
I really don't understand the mindset behind.
I don't.
Like,
same.
Why? How do you?
I mean,
you can't feel good about like winning if you didn't actually win.
But
so, like,
apparently, people do.
People do. Like you will, if you ever go and look at like a forum of cheaters, I have just because it's interesting to me. Like you'll see people who are complaining like I got banned. I don't know why. Like you're on a cheating forum. Hey, I got a guess for you. It's because you cheated. But it's like, they just think that they're the best, and it's like, no, you're cheating.
Yeah, you're not doing it. You know?
And part of it's sad because I can understand somewhat if you're streaming cheating because then if you can hide it, and then like, oh wow, this guy's really good.
Yeah, and I'll tell you the other reason for it too, that they don't kind of correlate the lack of skill with the need to cheat. It's fetal alcohol syndrome, I think.
Right.
No, I mean it's just like I just feel like it's a wiring issue in their brain. Honestly, like it's something is broken so much that you honestly feel like you have some kind of skill or something that you're not.
I mean, I wouldn't cheat if it was free. These people are paying money to cheat.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know they were paying for it.
Yeah, I didn't know that for a long time either. And then, like, you watch YouTube videos and people will talk about how,
everybody's got a subscription model.
And that's why they're going to continue to crack whatever new anti-cheat you have. I mean, but, hey, get some anti-cheat in there, Warzone. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know how you launched without any anti-cheat. And that's what sucks is I think Warzone could be the best BR if they change some things. Get rid of the gulag. Get rid of stun grenades. And get rid of the cheaters. Like, the cheaters ruin everything.
The cheaters definitely. It's the reason I don't play that game.
Yeah.
We
run into some stuff on Apex, but
sure,
it's not every single fight.
On Apex,
even though I'll say it's every fight.
But well, like, there's some movement issues for me. Like, I don't know. Like, it doesn't feel smooth to me. But when I watch Gabe play, my son, he makes it seem real smooth. So I'm sure it's just a me thing. But I could overcome that stuff if it wasn't for the copious amount of cheaters that are in the game. You know, that's the thing that's so frustrating is that I'm already at a disadvantage in the fact that I'm just not good. And then add in the fact that I can never compete with that anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I want to give up entirely. Like, what's the point? You know, I'm here to have fun, win or lose. You know, yeah, I have more fun when I win.
Yeah, I have no fun whenever I'm losing.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing to me is that I can have fun even when I lose.
Sure.
And it's about that struggle to win. And if I won every game, I'd almost feel like, oh well, I don't feel like I'm fighting for something.
Yeah.
So like to cheat, like I really don't understand what they're getting.
Same. It's a sickness, honestly. Like, and it sucks because it's a sickness that doesn't only ruin it for them. It ruins everybody else's experience that is actually trying to have a genuinely good time. And it sucks because I even feel like I'm even hardcore with it where I think if you have a poor internet connection, you shouldn't be allowed to play games, period. And it sucks because I understand that not everybody has a great internet
Up until
connection.
Recently, I had trash internet.
Yeah, and you literally could not play Apex with us because of it.
Yeah.
And there should be like separate rooms where it's like
or separate rooms, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everyone with bad internet, like you're in that room,
I mean, it's crazy because I feel like games used to do that. Like they used to be like, "Hey, your ping's too high. You gotta go."
Yeah,
that doesn't happen anymore. Now they're just like, no, this guy's just teleporting around because he's lagging so bad.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I can't shoot him.
And you can't tell anymore if people are teleporting around because of bad internet connection or because they're cheating.
Yeah.
It's like, but I don't know. You got to fix that stuff. But yeah, that's crazy that they were like touting this whole thing. I don't even know why you would even try to like flaunt that in front of cheaters. Hackers' faces.
And to me, like, why are you even announcing it right now? Like, wait until it's coming out. Like, hey, we just added this, or don't tell anybody, so everybody just tries to cheat, and then you catch all these cheaters.
Right. Yeah, it's a weird deal.
And again, because people pay so much for these cheats, like the people who make the cheats are going to continue finding a way around anything because there's money in it. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's
No,
frustrating.
it is.
It's frustrating.
And then I guess we can end on that Switch Online. That whole
Right.
situation sounds like Ryan and you guys have more thoughts on it than I do. I haven't looked into it as much because I will
prepare
never
to have your
this
mind
at all.
blown, sir.
Yeah, please. I saw a little of the talk you and DQ had with it, but yeah, please, guys, feel free to spill all your thoughts on this
So
thing.
yeah, from what I understand, it used to be $20 a year for Switch Online. You got SNES and NES games. Then they announced a while back that they're going to have N64 and Genesis games. No price point. Okay, blah blah blah. And then I guess just yesterday it was announced. I thought DQ was trolling me
Yeah,
for the upgrade to get Genesis and N64 games. Granted, these systems are 25 years plus old. It's going to be an extra $30, $50 a year to play Genesis and Nintendo 64 games. There's like 3 good N64 games, so I don't even know what you'd play on that. There are no good Genesis games.
Isn't everybody just gonna choose to play Mario 64 anyway?
Yeah, probably, but like
That and
It's-
Ocarina of Time.
that's
Or yeah, there you go.
that's so insane. And then they won't do anything to Ocarina of Time, so it'll still run at 10 frames per second.
I thought they did say that everything was going to be 60.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah, but still, that's not worth more than doubling the price.
Yeah, it's so insane. And then some people are like, well, I like because apparently you also get some Animal Crossing DLC, and then the people are like, well, maybe that means you'll get more DLC for other games. It's like maybe you'll get more DLC for other games.
Well, I think it's just DLC for the year.
Well, yeah,
I don't
but
even
like,
think-
yeah,
that's crazy that it's DLC that you only get for that's insane to me. If you buy it, you should have it
yeah,
forever.
but like, okay,
Yeah.
on PlayStation Plus, you get 3 games monthly if you're on a PS5, 2 if you're on PS4, although you can still add them to your account. On Xbox, you get 2. I don't know how many Xbox you get, but with their yearly
I think
thing,
that's right.
you get some games, full-on games that you get to
Monthly.
keep as long as you are a subscription holder. But yeah, it's the most insane and yet the most Nintendo thing they could have
And-
done.
And you get on PlayStation, you get the whole PS collection.
Yeah,
So it's like you get all of those games, and you continue to get games. Whereas Nintendo, it's
Correct.
like they say they'll add more 64 games in the future, but that's going to be so far and in between each release,
'Cause-
and they'll release 2 games that no one cares about.
that's
And
the
and-
thing. What are you
and
going to
maybe-
put Winback in there? Nobody wants to play Winback. It's a bad game.
Yeah, and the other thing is, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong. I thought that the initial thing with the online was that wasn't it something like they would switch out games per month. So it wasn't even like like let's say month 1 you get Super Mario 1 or whatever, and then month 2 you get Super Mario 2.
So
It
they
was
did
like-
walk that back. So you did just keep them. They didn't switch them out.
Oh,
as far as I've known.
okay.
But I still
don't
feel like
think
they haven't
necessarily-
added them often. I feel like
They stopped doing it quite as much, and they started doing like, oh, here's Golden Axe, or like a bootleg of Golden Axe, or something like that.
Okay.
But
So
then
that
again,
was the thing they did initially say, though, right? It was going to be like
they either said that
you get
or
to rent
like
it for a month, basically.
they misconstrued it super hard because, of course, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Right.
Like everybody still has Super Mario World. It hasn't gone away, and you can still get it. I'm pretty sure. But
think
yeah,
so.
their messaging in general for even the good things that they have, like you don't even know what it means.
That is crazy. So, what are you, Josh, as a notorious like Nintendo fanboy? Like, what do you think
I mean,
about
like,
this?
I thought about it. I was like, do I want $50? And then I was like, these are the not like remade versions of Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. Like they literally remade them for the 3DS, and they look a lot better in every single way. Like if I was to play those, I'd want to play those.
But honestly, what would people play on N64? You got the 2 Zeldas. You got GoldenEye if they get it. Maybe they
Original
will. Maybe
Smash
they won't.
Bros.
I don't think they're gonna get GoldenEye ever.
Yeah, they might not.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
The
a lot of
license for
licensing.
that's
Yeah,
so crazy.
yeah.
Uh,
And I mean, the one for me would be Conker's Bad Fur
Ooh,
Day.
I
but
just
don't
thought
think
about
that's
it.
gonna happen.
I just thought about it. WCW versus NWO Revenge. I'll pay $50 to play that
Oh.
game.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Kevin
That
Nash
was a good one.
jackknife powerbombing people all over the place.
People
Never
will
mind,
pay
I'm
to
in.
play the original Smash Bros. I think I would. I think maybe if I'm saying that out loud, I'm just like, oh yeah, maybe I would.
Mario Party. I can play Mario Party 1 now, guys.
Original Mario Kart. Did they say that they're putting original Mario Kart on there? Yeah.
That would be
think-
nice.
That'd be on the
If
SNES.
it's not like at launch, it's got to be pretty soon, right? Mario Kart?
Yeah, probably.
You
I think
think
Diddy
so.
Kong Racing is on there. So you can
Yeah,
play
Diddy
Diddy
Kong.
Kong.
That was fun.
Perfect
memories
Dark.
of
Wouldn't people play Perfect Dark a whole bunch?
I mean,
Is
Yeah.
that on
No.
N64?
I never
Yeah.
played.
It's like pretty much the sequel to GoldenEye.
Yeah.
So that's like the best they can do.
I think that's it. I think we've named every single N64 game.
Like I
think
say,
you're
unless they're
right.
just putting like Win back on there, and that game was just trash.
I mean, here's the thing. I will pay for it when it's GameCube games. I 100% will.
Then
do
it's gonna
that.
be
That'd be
$120.
100. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I will pay it because I want to play custom Robo on my Switch. That's what I want.
I want to play the original version of Super Mario Sunshine.
Oh yeah.
Even though
Well,
you're-
okay. I was thinking about this. I just want Wind Waker HD, guys, on
Yeah.
my Switch.
I'm shocked
like
they
they already
haven't.
did it for Wii U.
I'm
Just-
surprised that's not
Because
already a thing.
most of the Switch library right now is just Wii U games that got ported because nobody bought a Wii U.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
So I think the thing is they only recently put out what's it called, the fucking Zelda game that no one likes.
Oh,
Why?
Skyward Sword.
Oh.
Skyward Sword. They only recently put that
And you
out,
bought
so they're
that?
gonna like do it one by one. No, I didn't,
Oh,
but
I
I
thought
have
you
thought
did.
about it.
I thought you did.
But yeah, Skyward Sword. No, I'm gonna play Link's Awakening before I play Skyward Sword. Yeah, I'm just waiting for it, guys. So I hope they don't do the thing where they're gonna do GameCube games and they're gonna put the original Wind Waker with all the original fucking Triforce mini quests out on.
You
that
want them
thing.
to take content out?
I don't want it. Yeah, to get rid of that extra Triforce quest. It was infamous.
Wow.
they took it out for the Wii U one, for the
This
Wii U
is
version.
censorship to a new level, man. I don't like
I
it.
know. I will pay anyway. Suffice it to say, I will pay for GameCube games. I will. So
It's
Nintendo,
so crazy.
what's up?
I mean, there's less GameCube games for me, like than N64 games. There's Tony Hawk Pro Skater like 3 or something. I don't remember which one I played. 2 maybe.
There's like what was that one
Eternal-
horror game?
Eternal
that they had?
Darkness.
Oh yeah.
Eternal Darkness. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that's one of those ones. I think
Twin
people
Snakes.
don't like that game, but like I have good memories of it. So like I'd buy it just for the nostalgia.
See, I bought it after
Definitely.
everybody hyped it up, and I was just like, this game's okay. Like I hit
Brian,
a point
Twin
where I
Snakes.
just
Yeah.
Twin Snakes is great. But hopefully we have a new remake of Metal Gear Solid eventually.
Yeah.
That'd be so great.
There are rumors
Sorry.
that they're remaking 3 though. Some company, what is it, Virtuous, which is like that was a Virtuous mission. So I don't
It
know.
fits. It fits.
I would love all of them to be remade at the same time, so I can just play them all back to back.
I would just play it just so I can buy. I would pay for it. I don't even need to pay for it to get this, but I would get the GameCube controller that they eventually put out with it.
Yeah, 8-Bit Dough or whatever is gonna be putting out a GameCube controller that you can hook up to it.
I do think it's cool that they made the actual like N64 controller.
It's cool and it's really dumb and it's really cool and I will not buy that.
I'm not gonna buy it, but I think it's cool that they did it. But it's also ridiculous that you need to have an active Nintendo subscription, online subscription with the expansion pack just to buy it.
You do what?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh no, that makes
I
sense.
did-
They did that before with the NES controllers, I think.
It's so stupid. Hey, we're gonna gatekeep you giving us money for a dumb piece of plastic that looks like
Right.
trash.
I mean,
Makes no
but
sense.
Nintendo fans are
Yep. Oh yeah, I know.
ready to empty their pockets always.
Yep.
I mean, like, I could see yourself buying a Genesis controller because, like, it's cute. It's cute to have, or even an NES controller because you want to
and
play
even
the
then,
games
they'll
like that.
probably release the 3-button Genesis controller, not the
I was gonna say,
6-button.
I actually
Sure.
hated the Genesis controller. That's one reason I was so glad that I was a Nintendo kid.
Yeah, because playing
Was
Mortal Kombat
because-
was trash on Genesis.
Oh, it was
like
so
it was,
bad on
the
this-
blood was nice,
Dude, the ABC buttons
but
or
yeah,
whatever.
you only had 3 buttons.
I mean,
So stupid.
maybe I'm wrong here, but no one like people long to hold on to to a SNES controller because it's iconic in
Oh,
that way. Even
yeah.
even a PlayStation 1 controller in its own way is iconic and good feeling. no one wants to hold an N64 controller.
No,
No one
I
longs
hated
for that
it.
feeling.
There are weird people who like the GameCube controller, and those people are insane. To
No,
me.
I love the
I
GameCube.
like
I will,
the
yeah.
GameCube controller.
I can't
personally.
stand it. The little hexagon or whatever for the
Big
C
A.
stick.
I like
it's
the big old
worst.
A right
And
there.
the
Worst thing
Z
ever.
button that like
The
always
Z
felt
button.
real
Ugh.
weird.
Ugh.
Didn't feel like a
Yeah,
solid
yeah.
click.
I hated that
Yeah,
controller.
it was
Mush.
not a great controller, but I thought it was, I don't know, weirdly comfortable.
It was fun. It was cute.
Triggers are nice.
Resident
Yeah,
Evil
triggers are
4. Get GameCube Resident Evil 4 on
Yeah,
the
I
Switch.
played a lot of that.
Do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
That was
Yeah.
an
Well,
exclusive.
they got the VR version of that coming out to Oculus.
yeah.
Ooh.
I'm waiting
That'd
for
be
the
something.
remake of the.
It's happening, right? They
yeah,
did 2
yeah,
and
I think
3.
they've announced it. Which now I'm like, now you have to go back to the first one and remake that in this style.
Do it.
But no, I mean, I'm ready for 4. I did enjoy it. I just wonder if they'll cut stuff because that Resident Evil 4 was a lot of stuff in that in that game. It was a long
I thought it
game.
worked.
And in 3, they definitely cut some stuff, and 3 definitely wasn't as good as 2.
Yeah, I actually didn't finish 3, but 2 was like my game of the year.
Yeah,
when that
2 was
came out.
the
That
best
was
remake
amazing.
ever until Metal Gear Solid, hopefully. But
Well, I think we got all our Nintendo
hatred
talk out
in
of the
there.
way there. Yeah. Anything else anybody'd like to talk about before we head out?
No,
Anyone excited for the GTA trilogy?
No, no. I mean, if they
Super
updated it with
excited for that?
graphics, I would be. I'd like to play Vice City again or San Andreas. Not 3. I've
No.
never been that into 3. I bought it whenever it came out because it was mind blowing, but I couldn't play it. But Vice City's great.
What I want to know is, do you still have the music that was on the radio?
That's I'm
stations
curious
Right.
about that too because that's a licensing nightmare.
That's like that's the biggest thing you got to get.
But yeah, it'd
no
be
point
stupid
even
not
doing
to for the record labels to not license it out to
Right.
GTA. Like that'd be stupid.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
you'll see a
Good
big
point.
bump in your numbers from people who didn't play those games then.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, what is this song? Yankee Rose by David Lee Roth? What?
I think I think they said that they were going to update the car physics.
Oh.
But so that'll be interesting. But like, I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed when they see what the game actually looks like, and it's
Yeah.
just
Mm-hmm.
up-resed a bit.
That's like
A
with the
GTA 4 remake.
that's like with the Alan Wake remastered. Like I've seen some people being like, did they redo that and stuff? And then they look at it and it's like, ooh. It's like, yeah, they didn't really do much with Alan Wake. It looks
Yeah.
bad still.
Yeah, it does. I was thinking that because I never played the original game, and I somehow found myself watching a couple of videos of the remastered, and I was like, this still
Is
looks.
this a
I mean,
comparison?
it
Are you
looks,
playing the original?
huh?
I was saying, are you playing the original and you're comparing them, or oh no, this is the remaster? Ooh.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, like you can tell, like it's more crisp looking.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, it still looks like a bad looking game
Yeah.
overall, just especially
I mean, when
for
did
where
that come
we're
out?
at.
Like 2008 for the 360 or something? It's old as hell now.
Is it that old? Jeez.
Yeah, is it? So I've never actually played it, but I was a huge fan of Control. So now I'm like debating if I should go back and play it.
I
Is it
think
worth
there's some crossover stuff, sort of.
Yeah, I mean, the whole DLC is that like Alan Wake is like an altered, what is it? An altered world
Altered
event
item?
Control.
Or yeah.
So like Alan, they tied it in with Control, that like Control's in the same universe and everything. So I'm thinking if it's worth it. I mean, I don't necessarily care about how it looks.
I don't even know how much
it'd be
this
nice, but
costs. How much is the remaster?
I think it's $30.
30. I'd say get it if you're interested in it. I mean, I'm not because
Yeah.
I mean, it was universally thought to be a pretty good game,
A lot of
right?
people liked it. Yeah, it just
Right.
didn't sell super
Yeah.
great, but I think that was because it was I think 360 exclusive.
And I think a lot of it is like, even with the remaster, like it can be a little clunky and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a lot of outdated gameplay elements. But like, I would kind of just be playing it for the story.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Right.
So
Yeah, I would say probably jump in on it then.
Just play through Max
Especially like you
Payne
say.
1 and Max
Yeah.
Payne 2 and then Max Payne 3, even though they weren't involved with Max Payne 3 at all. But
yeah. So what, is it like Rockstar? Did they have the rights to Max Payne now? Is
yeah, I don't know how that happened, but yes,
that is weird.
it's very weird. Yeah,
Because that would seem like the obvious one to redo.
Yeah. I wish they would.
Yeah, why didn't? I mean, am I wrong in thinking that series was huge back in the day?
I mean,
I thought it was big.
Yeah.
Max Payne.
Yeah.
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 I think Rockstar came out with
it-
3, and it didn't. I mean, I think it still sold pretty well, but it obviously didn't hit GTA numbers. But what is? I mean,
Right.
Yeah, sure.
nothing hits those
Not
numbers.
much does.
Yeah. Except for like Fortnite.
Yeah.
I think
Crazy.
they're worried making GTA 6 that they can't hit GTA,
Yeah.
5 numbers. So
Yeah.
It's true.
And,
they're
and,
afraid.
and it's insane because you have, what, 8 years right now of GTA 5 numbers across 3 different
Yeah.
systems, or I mean 3 different generations.
There was no GTA on last generation
Yeah.
because that was a PS3 game, which is still kind of crazy to think.
Yeah.
God, that is crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it
You're
came out right at the end of that
Yeah, I
generation.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it coming out on the PS3,
Yeah.
and then that being kind of like, oh wow. And I think
Then they updated it.
I think
and
we
it's
all
like,
bought it. Yeah, bought it for the PS4, and it was
because
like,
it
oh,
did.
that's
It
cool.
looked way better. That's
Sure,
why. That's
yeah,
why
it
I
definitely
hope, like, because they're supposed to be coming out with PS5 and Xbox Series X versions of the same game again, and I'm from the trailer they showed, it didn't look that much improved, but I mean,
Yeah, it looked the same.
the load times is the big thing for me on that.
That's to be
The
the
instant load times, because
Yeah, because
But
that's so magical right now. Like when I did play Kena for my wife the other day, like the first time we booted it up, or that I booted it up, it was like, I mean, I swear,
in
as soon
there.
as she hit play, yeah, it was like right there to a level. It's like, holy crap,
that's
dude,
just like
this
Death
is
Stranding.
still-
You load a game and it's just like I mean, it's not instant, but it's compared to the PS4 version, it is so much faster.
Yeah, with Kena, like you can't even read the hints that they give you on the load screen before it's done.
Yeah,
loading.
yeah, it's insane. It's crazy
I
fast.
need to get Kena, but I can't.
Yeah,
Some of those bosses are like ridiculous,
Really?
and they're so tough. I'm playing it on like the hardest level that you can play it on before you unlock the even harder level by beating the game.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it's real. I've been hearing that even on the lower difficulties, people are struggling.
Yeah.
And it seems like some of the bosses are just like really hard to read. You can't tell. And they can like jump in the air and do an attack and like come down on you and like move to your position midair, which I hate when stuff like that happens.
I don't like that
And-
cheap stuff.
yeah, but I mean the game is beautiful, and overall I really enjoy the game. But like some of those bosses are, I feel like could be improved a bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's their first game, so I mean, people
Yeah.
are already like they should get Jak and Daxter, and
Yeah.
people are saying they should get some. Like people are already saying that Sony should purchase them.
I think that would be a great purchase.
And yeah, I mean, Kena looks amazing. I mean, I haven't played it yet.
yeah, it
but
really does.
It's visually very, very good. And
I would like them to re-render the cutscenes though, other than 24 frames per second.
oh
That's-
yeah, I heard about that. That is
It's
weird.
so jarring.
That is a weird thing to play the game at 60 and then watch a cutscene at 24.
Right. And it's like I get it if it was like 30 frames per second because it's
Yeah.
on like past gen and everything, but like 24 is just odd. I mean, it makes sense because that's what like films
Cinematic,
at, but it's
yeah.
like,
right.
to go from that switch is so jarring. It's like I think they should.
See, to me,
True.
I just now thought of this. To me, buy them and then have them make a new Mark of Kree. I feel like Mark of Kree was a very stylized game. I feel like they could make a new. Oh my god, what the hell's going on over there? They could make a new
maybe.
Mark of Kree. Or Rise.
But either way, they've
Rise of-
definitely got a bright future with whatever they do. Because
Yeah.
that's a really good first effort.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's stronger than most established studios work.
And it was
You know?
how much? It's not full. It's not like a $70 game.
No, it's like 40. I think it's
40
$40.
40
Yeah,
or
so
50.
for it to be what it is at
Yeah.
that price, it's
Insane.
that's amazing.
It's a great value proposition, I think. But
Yeah.
I'll get it
um,
eventually. I will play it.
I believe you. I
will
believe
eventually play it.
you. Well, I guess that does it for this episode. Man, Ryan, it was awesome having
Yeah.
you, dude. We need to get
Yeah.
you around here more often. You
Yeah, I'd
added a
love
lot
to
to
be
the
back.
conversation.
Thanks
Yes,
for having
please
me.
do.
You fit right in.
Yeah, you do. Very good conversation. You add to all the gap in knowledge that I don't have. You fill all that stuff in perfectly.
And it's a pretty nice gap. It's a pretty good gap.
It's a sizable gap. It's a sizable
I
gap.
donated.
So,
No big deal.
yes. So thank you for joining us. We do appreciate that, Ryan. And please, I mean, I don't know, next week even would be great. I think personally.
Yeah, I mean, I liked being here. I like talking with you guys, and whenever you'll have me back, I'll be here.
Perhaps we can add you in on the Two Pete's kind of topic list. That way, maybe you can add some things too. You know, if there's something that you see that.
Currently, Brian has been adding to it alone for the last 4 years.
This is true. Brian's the only one that typically adds any topics. We wouldn't have any topics if it wasn't for him adding to it. So it'd be nice to have somebody else do that. And but yeah, this has been awesome. Thanks for listening, everybody. Give us some feedback. Go visit Ryan's YouTube channel. It was Inward Games, INWARD Games, on YouTube. That's the correct channel, correct, Ryan?
Yeah, that's right.
And see what he's got going on over there. And is there any Twitter, Instagram, or anything you want anybody to?
Twitter is the same thing, Inward Games, but I'm not much of a social media person.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's tough.
I follow people. I look at it, and then I don't ever.
Right.
I don't ever tweet. I might reply to somebody like Gary.
Exactly. Yep. So, thanks for listening, everybody. Have a great week, and we'll see y'all next time. Later.
Bye.
Later.